Ricky Gervais has never been one to shy away from controversy. Known for his sharp wit and unapologetic humor, he's made a career out of calling out hypocrisy, especially when it comes to Hollywood's elite. Over the years, Gervais has become a thorn in the side of woke celebrities, using his platform to dismantle their self-righteousness with biting sarcasm and brutal honesty. Today, we're looking into 5 unforgettable moments where Ricky Gervais absolutely crushed woke celebrities, leaving audiences in stitches and his targets squirming in their seats. Ricky Gervais hosting gigs at the Golden Globes are legendary, but his 2020 opening monologue was a masterclass in taking down Hollywood's woke culture. Gervais didn't hold back, calling out the room full of A-listers for their performative activism. He famously said, "You're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the real world." He then took aim at their hypocrisy, pointing out how many of them had worked with disgraced producer Harvey Weinstein but were now preaching about morality. The room was equal parts laughter and uncomfortable silence, proving Gervais' ability to strike a nerve while keeping it hilariously real. And hey, if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us bring you more content like this. One of Gervais' most iconic moments came during an interview on The View, where he faced off against host Joy Behar. Behar tried to corner him on the topic of political correctness, arguing that comedians should be more careful about offending people. Gervais, however, was ready. He fired back, "Just because you're offended, it doesn't mean you're right." Well, that's the thing about offense, isn't it? When people say they're offended. Just because you're offended, it doesn't mean you're right. He went on to explain that comedy is meant to challenge norms and provoke thought even if it makes people uncomfortable. Behar was left speechless as Gervais dismantled her argument with logic and humor, proving once again that he's not afraid to stand his ground. But Gervais didn't just stop at defending comedy. He also called out the selective outrage of woke culture, pointing out how certain groups are deemed untouchable while others are fair game. "You can't pick and choose who gets to be offended," he said. "Either everything is fair game, or nothing is. And if nothing is, then comedy is dead." It was a bold statement that resonated with many who feel that political correctness has gone too far. You can't second-guess people. If you try and please everyone, you'll please no one. With comedy, as well, I think you've got to deal a broken bar with taboos and contentious issues. Sometimes, you deal in irony, and some people don't get that. But, you can't legislate against stupidity, otherwise, you'd be doing nothing. So, if you're saying anything, you should polarize. In a viral video, Gervais hilariously mocks celebrities who use their platforms to push political agendas. "Hi guys, Ricky G here, a wellness and beauty influencer. As a celebrity, I know all about stuff like science and politics, so trust me when I tell you who you should vote for. If you don't vote the right way, that's like a hate crime, and it makes me sad and angry, and I'll leave the country. And you don't want that." He imitated the typical Hollywood influencer, saying things like, "I'm a multimillionaire who lives in a mansion, but I'm here to tell you how to live your life." The satire was spot on, highlighting the absurdity of celebrities who preach about issues they know nothing about while living in complete luxury. Gervais' take was both funny and scathing, reminding us that just because someone is famous doesn't mean they're qualified to lecture the rest of us. But Gervais didn't just stop at mocking their hypocrisy. He also pointed out the dangers of celebrity activism, arguing that it often overshadows the voices of actual experts. When you're a celebrity, people listen to you even if you have no idea what you're talking about. He said, "That's not activism, that's ego." It was a sobering reminder that fame doesn't equal wisdom, and Gervais' ability to deliver this message with humor made it all the more impactful. "Oh, women, no, women, I mean the old-fashioned ones, the old-fashioned womena ogoda, the ones with wombs." One of Gervais' most controversial moments came when he addressed the topic of transgender issues during a stand-up special. He joked, "I identify as a chimp. I am a chimp. A broken bar spent less time in school than Greta Thunberg. So if you win, come up, accept your little award, thank your agent and your God, and fuck off." Perhaps one of Gervais' most daring moments came during the 2020 Golden Globes, where he dropped this bombshell. The audience was left stunned, with some nervously laughing while others sat in silence. His blunt delivery and fearless approach made it clear that he wasn't there to pander to Hollywood elites. Gervais' take on celebrity culture has always been brutally honest. Actors who just do Hollywood movies now do fantasy adventure nonsense. They wear masks and capes and really tight costumes. Their job isn't acting anymore. Yeah, it's going to the gym twice a day and taking steroids. Really? Have we got an award for most trip junkie? Number. But Gervais didn't just stop at making jokes. He also used his platform to spark a larger conversation about the dangers of silencing dissent. If you can't question something, then it's not an ideology, it's a cult, he said, and I'm not joining any cults, no matter how woke they are. It was a powerful statement that resonated with many who feel that the push for political correctness has gone too far. And then there was his infamous bit on gender identity. If I say I'm a chimp, and so I got to live as a chimp for a year, then have hormones to get me all nice and hairy, that'd be lovely, right? I'm going to stay a male chimp so I can keep all that, right? A male, heterosexual chimp, keep the same girlfriend, Gina'd be happy. She loves me, she loves chimps. So, while the joke sparked outrage among some, Gervais defended his stance, arguing that comedy should be allowed to tackle even the most sensitive topics. He also criticized celebrities who blindly support woke ideologies without questioning their logic. Love him or hate him, Gervais continues to push boundaries, challenging Hollywood's self-righteousness with his signature wit and unfiltered honesty. Hollywood were like, how dare he insult his audience at the Golden Globes, and now they're like, good on him. It's what we needed. Gervais' willingness to take on Hollywood's biggest name and biggest scandals has solidified his status as a fearless truth-teller in an industry that often prioritizes appearances over authenticity. His joke about Jeffrey Epstein was a prime example of his unfiltered approach. Season 2 is on the way, so, in the end, he obviously didn't kill himself, just like Jeffrey Epstein. Shut up, I know he's your friend, but I don't care. The room was filled with nervous laughter and stunned silence as Gervais called out the industry's uncomfortable ties to Epstein. His ability to address such a taboo subject head-on left the audience speechless and reinforced his reputation as one of the few comedians willing to challenge the elite. But Gervais didn't stop there. He also took aim at Hollywood's obsession with awards, pointing out how they often reward woke behavior rather than genuine talent. One thing that can't be bought is a Golden Globe. Officially, I'm not going to do this again anyway. But if you were to buy one, the man to see would be Philip Burke. His sharp critique of the Hollywood Foreign Press Association, which has faced allegations of corruption, was both hilarious and cutting. Gervais mocked the industry's self-congratulatory nature, delivering a brutal reality check. These awards are meaningless, he said, they're just a way for Hollywood to pat itself on the back for being progressive. He continued his takedown of the award circuit, referencing the 2010 Golden Globes controversy. No, I'll tell you why I'm jumping on the bandwagon, cause I haven't even seen The Tourist. Who has? But no, it must be good cause it's nominated, so shut up. Okay? And I'd like to quash this ridiculous rumor going around that the only reason The Tourist was nominated was so the Hollywood Foreign Press could hang out with Johnny Depp and Angelina Jolie. That is rubbish. While Hollywood elites sat uncomfortably in their seats, audiences at home couldn't get enough of Gervais' brutal honesty. His ability to expose the industry's hypocrisy while making people laugh is what sets him apart. Real progress isn't about giving out trophies, it's about making real change. With every joke, Gervais continues to prove that he's one of the last comedians standing who isn't afraid to say the things everyone else is thinking. America was like, how dare you, why is he saying these awful things to the most beautiful people? And then, by the fifth time, they were going, good, give it to them and we're sick of it. Do you think Gervais is right to call out Hollywood's hypocrisy? Or is he taking things too far? Let us know in the comments below, we'd love to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel.